Okay, happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm excited. Some of you guys, this is your first call, and we're going to talk about this box that you signed up for. You might feel it's like a QVC purchase. You're like, what did I just do? I have a bunch of stuff coming for my gut. But I'm really, really excited for you that you took this step. My name is Julia Bender. I live just outside Sacramento, California, and we have Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm not going to touch anything. There's something funky with my speakers. So, I have been doing these products for about 3 years now. I started in the spring 3 years ago, and I started because I'd struggled with my health for a really long time, with stomach aches, digestive issues, since middle school and high school, really high sugar cravings, and then hormone imbalances as a teen, and then fertility issues with my first two, so all the drugs there that mess with your hormones. Then we had our kids, and then I had postpartum depression that turned into actual depression. I had a hard time going to sleep and staying asleep. I was really low in energy. I was cranky all the time. I yelled at my kids too much. And everybody just said, this is a part of being a mom. Like, you're just tired. Everything sucks, but it'll get better as they get older. Which, for if you have a teenager, you will probably disagree with that sentence, that everything gets better the older they get. It's just different. But you don't suddenly have way more energy and way more emotional capacity. It's just different. And so something that I loved when I looked into this was that it really focused on root healing and getting to the root cause of why you have health imbalances in the first place. And so for me, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition a couple of years ago and a thyroid imbalance a couple of years ago. And I was looking for an answer that wasn't chemicals, because the chemicals that I was taking were really harsh and were given to cancer patients and had a ton of side effects that I knew would affect me later in life. I know that generally speaking, if you don't take supplements now, you will take pills for the last third of your life. And you're going to take one or the other. So you're going to be preventative now, or you're going to try to backfill later from all your health issues. So starting your supplements is just the first step. So this isn't something that I would never say, do your supplements and nothing else changes and your whole life will just change and everything will get better. But this is a great step. And there is no shortcut to health. Typically anything that you've been struggling with your health, it's been a matter of weeks, months, and years in the making, sometimes even decades, especially with autoimmune conditions. It's decades of me.
Can you hear me? Is it Julia? You can hear me.
So I'm just not going to touch my desk. I think when I touch my desk, it throws it off, but I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
So the things that you've been struggling with is the culmination of years and decades of building up. But what I love about it is that it is a path to healing, and that you're on a path, and that you're on a path of actual root healing, not a temporary fix to the things you've been struggling with. So I want to talk a little bit about things that you can do to assist the product so that they work in your body. One, consistency. You can't go to the gym once a week and be like, why don't I have a six pack? I don't get it, right? You can't go to school once a week and get a full-time college education. So consistency is huge. If you take the products for a couple days and then stop for a couple weeks and then take them for a couple days, it's not going to work. So just like brushing your teeth becomes a habit, this will become a habit. And so you have to set up things in your life to make sure that it's a habit. And sometimes that means, for people that forget, to set an alarm initially on your phone. Ding, 8 o'clock, don't forget to take my pink drink and my multivitamin. Ding, 10 o'clock, don't forget to take these. You can move your supplements to the bathroom right next to your toothbrush, so that as you brush your teeth, you're like, okay, here's my cup, and I take these couple things right before bed and we're done. And so for me, I started that way. I had everything out in front of me until that became a habit, and then it got moved to the cabinet, and I still don't miss a day. Just like your water intake too, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You can find free alerts, like an app that will just ding every 45 minutes or whenever you need, drink water, drink water, drink water, and it will remind you. So consistency is the key to success for anything in life. So consistency is where you want to be. Drinking your water is number 2. Water is so important for cellular health and for your metabolism. Your body detoxifies through pee, poop, and sweat. And so you want to drink your water because you need your body to work. You need to move glucose through your body. You need to move the foods through your body. And you need to detoxify and get out the things that your body does not need to retain. And your goal is half your weight in ounces per day. And then if you exercise, you have to add more, obviously. So half your weight in ounces. And so that might mean you have your favorite. I'd always recommend getting one of those like big 24, 26 ounce shaker bottles with the twirly thing. And you Mel, can you hear me now? Sorry, I'm going to have to figure out how to get this fixed. So what you can do is just set kind of a thing in your mind. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to drink a glass of water. I'm going to drink a glass of water before every meal. I'm going to drink my pink drink. And by the time I've done pink drink and a full glass of water, I've already gotten 30 ounces. That's pretty awesome. By lunch, I've already gotten another like 20 ounces. So just make sure you map that out and make sure that every day by the time you go to bed, you've drinking your 4, you've drinking your 6, whatever you need of your glasses of water. The third thing is that you can't put good in your body, like good supplements, good things, and then fill your body with garbage. And your success in life comes down to your habits. So when people say, is there like a diet system attached to Plexus? No. But can you take your Plexus and then bring on Halloween and like chow down all the candy and be like, I don't think Plexus is working? No, it doesn't work like that. But what you will notice is that over time you will learn to be intuitive and to really listen to your body. So as your body changes, as you take the bite of the cookie a couple weeks in and you're like, wow, I don't think I need more, versus a habit, you can put that down and listen to your body. And as you go through things, a lot of the things that we eat are habitual. You know, when you sit down and the Mexican food comes out and you go straight for the chips, or you order your drink or whatever those things are, a lot of those things are habitual. So kind of just reanalyzing and listening to your body. Don't shop when you're hungry. Like that's a big trick. Don't go down the aisles where all the candy are. Like stay in the fresh food section. Buy healthier foods for your family. And for some of the things, like I didn't realize I was harming their gut health by choosing certain things. So I hardly ever buy juice anymore for my kids because it's loaded in sugar. And when I get yogurt for my kids, I'm flipping the labels now and I'm saying, wow, that one's really high in sugar. Or if you've ever had one of those Odwalas and it's green, it actually has like a ridiculous amount of sugar and it's not healthy at all. But a lot of things are disguised as healthy, but really they're really high in sugar, and sugar adds candida. Candida adds inflammation to the body and harms your health. And then break up with bad habits, like all of that kind of stuff. The other thing would be to be open to adjustments. So we're going to start you with what we think is best for you based on how we've helped other people, but be open. So
I'll pick up. Most success is changing. We're mixing things up and changing some things. So there'll be some, what would you say, trial and error, or even some results of toxins being broken down and needing carrying out. That's why water and body movement and food choices all contribute to be a little bit more successful. Is yours working now, Julia?
I'm so sorry. It's being so weird today.
Do you want me to go ahead and start sharing the screen, or were you going to say something?
Oh, no, that's okay. So the last thing I would say for now is communicate. So we're going to be communicating with you a lot. And if you ghost us, that is like the worst thing you can do, because you may gift yourself constipation or diarrhea. And I don't think that's a gift to anyone. So don't ghost us when we reach out. And if you're ever struggling with anything, if you ever don't poop in a day, or if you're ever sprinting to the bathroom, let us know that day because we can adjust you. If anything feels funky ever, let us know because we can adjust you that day. And we're going to check in a lot the first week, the first month, and to get you into a place where you're feeling good and you have the information you need, you understand how to adjust, you're at a place where you're starting to feel good. but we need to communicate because, you know, we can work together for that way. So what to expect is that as you get started, 30% of people go through detox. So you might be like, I didn't notice anything 3 months in. That was awesome. Other times, like I had horrendous gas, and it felt like something was literally dying inside my intestines, and I would run away from myself. I laughed a lot, but I was like, wow, this is phenomenal. Like something is dying in there. And so my friend Brooke and Thomas, like they both died together. So they just ran away from each other all day. But you may have headaches, you may have gas, you may feel lots of energy and then be tired and be like, gosh, I thought this stuff was supposed to give me energy. What's happening? But your body's working through stuff. And if you've ever known anyone that's had a baby, when your body's like readjusting, it's got to work through some stuff. And so we will help you, educate you, and work you through those things. Your digestion might speed up, it might slow down, you might have weight gain. And you're like, why am I gaining weight? I'm supposed to be losing weight, because the stuff is just, you're detoxing and things are getting released into your body, and then you may lose weight later. But you want to have your digestive system be at a place where you're going 1 to 3 times a day, because every time you eat, you want to then poop out all the old stuff from your last meal, or it sits and can actually be
She'll finish the bit of the website because we'll help you through, and we get on phone calls and even talk people through it while they're on their website. So I'm going to try to share my screen, which I haven't done. Let's see here. Going to do this. It's going to hopefully not do my schooling. There we are right here. I think this is good. So when you log on, you're going to log on with the email and password that you sent up on the first day of signing up. There's a couple different ways you can get in here. You can click on the circle of your initials and it pulls a drop down of those couple different things. But I'm going to click on virtual office just because it shows a little bit more, since this is the first time you're doing this. And we are recording this so we can share this even if you're here live. Is it going to do it? Oh, there it goes. It's slow. We can easily share this with you even though you were here, so that you can follow along while you're doing it. So how you change your subscription would be this tile. So these are clickable. You can click on it. So if I click on it, I can change a few things on this. Now, we highly recommend that you don't change much in the first 60 to 90 days, even if you have a little bit extra of this, because say we start with BioCleanse and you're only 2 BioCleanse or 3 BioCleanse at the beginning, even though the bottles you're able to have 4 in a month. So this is where you can view and edit what will be coming. A lot of times they set up, if you were gut health, they might just give you the triplex and not the X Factor. And we have, if you were on any conversations that we've had, we strongly believe in the, at least the 4 for gut health, including that X Factor. So yeah, you're going to see some of the things that I get, but you can add and remove products. So if you have triplex on here, it is cheaper as a combination. You did get a value by getting the triplex. You can also add or remove any what would you say, product that you want, especially that X Factor if it's not already in there. This pop-up brings my next point. So again, I'm going to just go through it really quickly, and then we're here to help you if you are stuck and you need help. So this pop-up saying, like, because I'm taking something out, I'm actually going to orders. Every time of 100, you earn points. Anything 50, you get so many. If you go over 150 PB, you get more perks points. So it is like, if you get just triplex and X Factor, you'll probably get a free product every other month, maybe every 3rd month if you go for something bigger. So if I click on perks, and I can show you on the main screen too. Oh, I got some bonus, all right. So on perks, it will show you how many you have, what your balance is, and then what you can do to what you can purchase. So we even have a PDF that we can send you that kind of walks you through this. But when you build up enough perks, or say you want to try a new product, or you want to get your X Factor for free 1 month, you would just go to redeem them, and then you select whatever you want, and it'll come in your next subscription. So it's very important not only to be consistent, but to also make sure your PV doesn't drop below that 100 PV, because that's personal volume. Sorry, that speak for what you order. It's not the same as dollars, but it will definitely be an advantage to earn those free products. And it's also on that main screen. So here's where I was before when I clicked on subscription, and down below it also has a little box, a tile for perks that you can click on. Okay, so I think, does that work well? Did everybody see that okay? It was a little fast, but that's okay, because you can watch the recording, or you can call us up if you need to adjust these at any time. Okay, Julia left us. So now I don't know. Anybody have any questions so far? We are just, even if you're watching this as a recording, I know some people had to work and couldn't hop on or weren't home yet. And I know some are even on the road. So thank you for joining us. We really wanted to give you an opportunity to hear what would be most beneficial to start well, and really, what do you say, like, here's trial, like that you're doing something good for your health, and keep pushing forward and keep communicating with us for it. Okay, I know we were gonna talk, oh, there she is. Go ahead, Julia.
For like
Julia, you
in the morning and 3 at night. But if you're typically about once a day, and we will go with you and set an actual schedule, but this is just kind of general terms. If you're normally going once a day, you'll start with 1 ProBio 5 to start slow and be gentle on your system, and 2 BioCleanse. And you'll just take those both right before bed to make it really simple. We want to make it so it's simple and not overwhelming, because that's the way that you're going to stay the most consistent. So that's BioCleanse. It helps oxygenate your body. It helps remove waste. It has vitamin C in it, which is great for immunity. And there's a lot of other really good benefits of magnesium if you look that up. So we're just trying to kind of get through this tonight. So ProBio 5, I'm sure you heard when we first introduced you to it. But ProBio 5 is really huge for getting your Candida yeast levels under control. And ProBio 5 breaks down yeast. So if you ever look up Candida overgrowth, you'll see all the symptoms and health issues that come with overgrowth. And it adds a lot of inflammation to the body. So we start you with this at 1 at bedtime for the first 3 to 5 days, and then we'll probably bump you up to 2. Now, who would take more would be somebody with a ton of sugar cravings and carb cravings. Then you'd go up to 3. How do you feel? You'd go up to 4, and your BioCleanse would follow, adding 1 at a time. Anyone with an autoimmune, we would say take 3 to 4, because it helps keep that inflammation down. And one side effect of excess ProBio 5 can be constipation. So you want to make sure, because you're breaking yeast down and it's like in your body, that you want to make sure that you get it out, or you will feel bloated and you will feel like that the excess yeast in the form of detox, which does not feel good. So Candida affects your mood and your immune system. So there are ways to help with detox. One resource we want to share with you is our team page, Ohana Plexus. And if your sponsor hasn't added you, make sure that you're added. It's a phenomenal resource page as far as typing in detox, and you'll find what detox looks like. So if you feel like you're going through some symptoms of detox, here are things and ways to support your body. And that might include in bloating. You can type X Factor is potent, easier, and it increases absorption. And omega specifically, but also if you've ever been on antibiotics, you have to repopulate the gut with good bacteria, and VitalBiome is fantastic for that. And then Ease helps with inflammation. So anyone with an autoimmune, inflammation, aches and pains, Ease is fantastic for that as well. So Slim is your pink drink. You guys should all have this. Some people have asked, can I take more than one a day? And the answer is yes. If you have a lot of blood sugar issues, if you have Naraya that's sneaking on your laptop, go.
She thinks I can't see her. You can take more than one a day. Some people will take one of each. If you have a lot of like fatigue or a ton of sugar cravings, it will help you with that. The taller one has more fiber, so you may experience some digestive changes with this one. As with anything new, you might experience some detox. You might have a headache. You might have some digestive issues. And so just always communicate, because we can help your body with support for that. It has alpha lipoic acid, which is amazing to help your liver detox. It has chlorogenic acid, which is an antioxidant. It has chromium in it. And the smaller one has XOS, which is a prebiotic that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. So typically, if you're starting with like a lot of gut health issues, you're going to want to start with this one, this tall one, and they're both great. I've taken both of them multiple times. I just sometimes rotate through. The tall one is fantastic if you have any symptoms with hypoglycemia, hormones, appetite, any type of blood sugar imbalances, or you have a lot of IBS. We'll start you with this just because it's more gentle on your system. So the one thing that I love about these is none of this stuff is a diet system or a diet drink. It's a blood sugar balancer. So whether you're underweight, overweight, or a healthy weight, if you're a healthy weight, you're not going to lose weight. If you're overweight, it'll help with those imbalances. And if you're underweight and you're struggling to gain healthy weight and muscle, it'll help you there too. Every cell in your body depends on insulin. So if you don't have balanced insulin levels, you'll struggle with chronic health conditions. Over time, you'll have energy issues, headaches, glucose metabolism, shared. Things that you can do through this process as accountability partners, right? In any health thing, like when you join a gym, right? Anytime they do like a group, a fitness group, those people are always more successful because they have accountability partners. So you can look to the left and right. And if my abs aren't in, but 3 weeks in, Mel's got some abs, I'm going to work harder and I'm going to wait because I'm doing the same things. Or I'm going to analyze, well, what am I doing that she's not doing? Or that's awesome. I know it's coming for me. So having accountability partners will increase your success by like 80%. Then if you take it quietly and you don't tell anyone and you keep it to yourself, you are more likely to quit on yourself because that's just the nature of people. I guess that didn't work. I ate all the stuff and I didn't really take anything and it must not work. It's just so easy versus like, I'm taking it. How are you feeling? Okay, I'm going to take it. Don't forget to take it tonight. Hey, did you move your body this week? Me too. Hey, here's a great recipe I found. You should try it. So accountability partners is huge. And it'll help you wait for your results because your results are not dependent on somebody else's. So like I said, with sleep, some people, their sleep kicks in at 3 weeks. Mine took 4 months. And if I hadn't like understood that, I would have been like, well, my stuff's broken. It's not working. I got the wrong plexus because I still crave sugar after month 1 and I'm not sleeping any better, but my stomach aches went away and my headaches went away and my cold sores went away. And over time, those other things kicked in. And then other people like my friend Rochelle, 3 days in, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm not craving sugar. Like, what is in this stuff? And my sleep is awesome. So it's really fun to be able to cheer other people on and see other people's results and wait for yours. And be more successful in that way too. So if people don't have any questions, we're going to spend the next like 20 minutes talking about the business end. And by that, I mean how to find accountability partners, how to get your products paid for, and any of those, like earning the bonuses. If any of that is of curiosity to you, you can stick on. If not, you can hop off. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you being here. Just have different, how would I do? Take like 2 bottles of probiotics. You can earn, some of that is paid. So $525 for 3 people or $900 for 6 people. That's $1,000 in an economy where people are losing their jobs. So that's incredible money. And if you do it within 30 days, just subtract 100 from those numbers. But it's really amazing. They put so much money back into their ambassadors. And if you don't need the money, you could be like, well, if I earn that, then I could just pay it forward and get my mom's products paid for. And I could pay it forward and get my best friend's products paid for because she can't afford it and I can help with that. So that's another option. If you have already been silver, or if you've been taking the products for a while and you're just starting to share, if you find 3 people, you can still earn $325, and 6 people this month is $700. So this is not like $50 or $25 that you can go eat lunch with. Like, this is legit money that can help pay for things for your family, or that you can use to bless the lives of other people. So if that's something you're curious about, what we would start is with a post. And a lot of times people will say, but I don't have a story yet because I just got my products, or my products haven't even shown up. So I don't have anything to say. But what you can say is, I'm so excited to try these products. I know they focus on the root cause of health. It's helped my friend Melanie, like, go on her story. It's helped my friend Leslie with these things. And I'm just so hopeful for what it can do, because I want to show up for my family, and I want to be healthy. And I think those things are so important. Does anyone want to do it with me? Or if any of this speaks to you, if you struggle with any of these things, like, reach out. I would love to just get you more information. It can be so simple. It can be even like, I'm so excited to start a new health journey. Who wants to do it with me? Like, really so simple. And we can help you with the wording for that. And then I would always tell people to make a list of like 20 people. Start with that and just message people. And again, we'll help you with all of this. So if you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing, that's okay. Because when I started, I had no idea what I was doing. When Mel started, we just kind of were like, what do we do? Okay. And we just kind of went for it with, I do know that this has changed myself as anyone that over anyone. And when you start walking off medication and meds, come home.
This is more than just share with everybody I know. It does challenge a little bit because some people ignore your messages. Some people might say no, but that's okay. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't a no forever. It was a no for right now, because eventually they might need this and they'll come to you just because you were thinking of them. And you just reach out with love, and you reach out with a feeling of wanting to, like she said, an option. It's an offer of hope and health. And it means so much. And then when you're able to have your own products paid for, or I earned a trip to Utah for a retreat, and all I had to do was get my airplane ticket there. And that airplane ticket was completely paid for by what I was able to make through Plexus. It's just an amazing gift for so many different parameters, that and something I didn't know I wanted or needed in my life. And now I can't imagine it without it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I've never done network marketing before, so I don't know if any of you guys have. So I don't have anything to compare it to, but I have looked into other network marketing companies. And for me, it was interesting that my husband was like, I think this one would be good for you. And I was like, what? Why? Like, why not the other ones? And he said, because you have a story. And it wasn't that the story had all the solutions at that point. Like, not everything. I wasn't off medications and I wasn't off everything then, but it was a solution to something I had struggled with for decades. And there are so many people in your life that struggle silently. And if I can help one person, and so that's kind of what I do with the business. Like, I'm looking for somebody who is like me. I'm looking for somebody who quietly would eat all the chocolate when their kids went to bed. Doesn't mean I'm not helping other people with all sorts of symptoms, but I'm looking for that person that when my husband would touch my stomach, I'd be like, ew, don't touch my stomach. I'm so bloated right now. And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, well, I care. I don't feel good. And I didn't like not feeling good. I wanted to be able to run with my kids. I always remember that story from Melanie that says, and you look for people, like, the products are applicable. You've never, or don't be like, I don't need money or some type of stock on our products for anyone. You can bring a best friend, you can bring your mom, you could bring anybody. And I think that's really incredible. And they're just, it's incredible. So does anyone have any questions based on anything that I've shared so far? And if you're like, what do I do next? Just reach out to whoever invited you here and we'll say, do this. And I promise that the more you say yes in all the awkwardness and hesitations and fears, and you just keep saying yes and doing the stuff, that's when you will see the miracles happen in your life. So say yes to your health, say yes to the movement, say yes to the post, say yes to sharing your story, whatever little bits that you've noticed, because somebody out there is waiting for hope for what you have to say. And they want your voice. They don't want mine. They need yours. So that's all I have to say about that. Does anyone have any questions? Lisa, Sue. Lisa's flossing.
No, I don't really have any questions, but as you were talking, the very first thing that Trinity said to me when you were saying, what would you spend money on if you had it? And what did you say, Trinity?
I would never pay for college.
She'd never have to take out a loan for college. It would be paid for. That would be her goal. So I said, yeah, I could easily see that happening.
Awesome.
Absolutely. If you think about, yeah, you can earn it. You can do it off your phone. There's so many people that this can help. And we have a lot of young people doing the business. And to be able to go to college and not have the weight of that debt, to help other people relieve debt, because debt creates a lot of fear. And debt creates a lot of stress, and debt creates, it's like its own little prison. And so to help people relieve their debt and have a job, because that would be considered a meal. Go to the bathroom when your body starts moving and you're like, okay, we're good, we're ready to start the day. And people like Melanie, like teachers, like they can't leave. Like you guys, you can't leave all throughout the day to be like, gotta go to the bathroom, gotta go to the bathroom. So that helps there too.
Okay.
And I think personally, the earlier you take it, the earlier you'll go to the bathroom. So if you don't take it till 1 a.m, like then sometimes I won't go till like 10 or 11. So if you take it by like 9 or 10, then usually you'll go first thing in the morning. And then again, we'll teach you to alternate that up and down based on how you're feeling with cravings and other things. Because I can tell a huge difference between 2 and 3 and 4 ProBio 5.
Oh yeah. I consistently have to take 3 to 4. Anything less, it doesn't work for me. I end up like having bowel movements like every 2 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Or if I'm not consistent. That's why consistency is important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can travel with it. You can stick it in those little containers. That's super helpful. Because the Vital Biome doesn't have to be refrigerated. That's pretty awesome because you can travel with everything. I would keep it in the container that it's in, but everything else is good to go. And again, if you're in a hurry or you are traveling, it's better to just get it all in you than to ever skip, because it's not like the perfect timing. And then when you get back home, you can reset. So any other questions? Sue? Angela, do you have any questions so far? Can you hear us okay? Angela's muted, but. Trinity, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Whatever color for like 2 months, marks on her stomach. So I've backed off.
My routine. So I think I need to increase probably my ProBio and my BioCleanse just for some of the sugar cravings, although they're not always there. I would say things have gotten, there's more of it now, especially with all the stress of the quarantine and everything. So I would assume that things need to be adjusted just based on the things that are going on in your life too. So you could be doing very well.
Stress, holidays, all of those things absolutely affect it. Being home, you're not moving as much, your system's not moving as much. There's more snacks at home. There's more temptation. You're not busy. Plus, like literal stress affects the body and all the anxiety and like, the uncertainty of everything right now. So you can adjust like every three to 4 days. You can go up 1 ProBio 5 and 1 BioCleanse at a time and max out at 4. But if you've been doing like 2 ProBio 5 for a couple of days, just bump up 1 and see how you feel. And then you can bump up another, and you can always go back down and kind of see how you feel.
Okay.
And then just make sure every time that you're going up that you're super on your water so you don't feel more bloated.
That's the other thing I have to say. I think I was doing better with my water at work because one, I would run out and I'd reach for it because I always had it on my desk, which is helpful to remember to drink it. And when you're at home, you tend to leave your glass here, leave your glass there, and you don't, you're kind of all over the place because you're homeschooling or whatever you're doing that's so different than what you would normally do, that some of the habits that I had at work have not necessarily transferred over. So we actually started making it a challenge by writing down.
Chug it. like the Simba, and they have to by night like 8 o'clock. Like you could get a big thing of raspberry water. And then like as a family, you're knocking down and you're switching up flavors and like have some fun with it with different flavors. Like slice up an orange, slice up a lemon, throw that in there. And like flavor your water with actual foods. And then it's like a treat, you know? So there's always different ways that you can do it to have fun with it until it becomes a habit. That's kind of what I needed to do. I actually think I went and bought those like weird flavor drops from Target for my first 2 months because I was so bored of drinking water. But really what you'll notice is that the more you drink, Leslie's like, gosh, I need to go get water. The more you drink, the more you'll be thirsty because your body's like, yes, that's what we've been lacking. So the more you force yourself to drink, the more then you will eventually turn to water over anything else. Like right now, I'm like, I'm thirsty and I'll go chug an entire thing of water. It's just your body's not used to it, especially if you've been like a soda drinker or something else. So anyway.
Is there the last time you can drink pink drink for the day? Do you limit it to before a certain time, or does it not matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Mel's saying she gets headaches if she doesn't drink enough. I don't know that it would like keep you up, but for me, if I want the blood sugar benefits of like the sustained energy, I usually have it by like 4 o'clock. But you could have it before dinner if you like, again, if you forget and you have it before dinner, and it'll still work in your body. But for me, I'm like, if I drink it in the morning, I always eat a healthier breakfast because I just had something sweet and yummy. So then I go for like a more savory breakfast and I feel really satisfied with that. Or if you do like intermittent fasting, you can have it right before lunch, like before your first, just kind of be